Welcome to a post-game show here on the Basketball Zone Cowbell Kingdom YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Biaz, and yes, there's a smile on my face because the Kings showed up today and not only showed up, but closed the deal. Something that we haven't seen, it feels like, in a long time. 140 to 125. That is a hell of a over and under. So whoever hit that over today, congratulations. But Bogey Fox had a hell of a game, and I'm just so happy for my guy Bogdanovic. You know, he had a tough game last game, but today he performed at a high level because that's what professionals do. He said it himself. I didn't change anything really. I kept my same routine, and I just believed in myself. And when you work at your craft that much, you understand that even when things get tough, you will show up and you will perform because you believe in the work ethic that you put into that craft. And Bogey Bogdanovic, tell you what, man, that guy's a winner. That guy is ballsy. And he's been in big time moments in Europe. And today, the Kings needed him to be big time. And that's what he was. 35 points. 35 points for Bogey Bogdanovic. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 of 26 of 9 from beyond the arc. That is special. Now you talk about special. De'Aaron Fox, 37 minutes, 30 points. 30 points, man. These dudes combined for 65 points. That's special. 10 assists. That's the number that I like a lot. Is the 10 assists. He got his teammates involved, and that's big time. Also, real quick, y'all may be thinking, why the hell is it so empty behind Leo? Usually there's a bunch of shoes and a bunch of things going on. Thing is, as I've said, the past 2 weeks, my wife and I purchased our first home, and we get the keys to the house today. How fitting that the Kings performed today. So it gives us a little bit of happiness, right, that the Kings finally won a game in the bubble the same day that we get the keys to the house. But that is the reason why there isn't much stuff behind me. I've been packing up since last night. It's also a reason why I wasn't going to do this, but we'll do a good solid 10 minutes of this. How's everybody doing, man? I know you guys are commenting right now. What's up, being our part? James, being Devin, basketball guru. How y'all doing, man? I literally can't see if the Kings won or lost by looking at your face. That is true, man. That is true. I kind of give it away, right? It's not that hard to realize something like that. Our sideline defense on the three is not good. Absolutely. Again, they gave up 125 points. As I said in my Instagram description, look, the Kings are built to play up-tempo and score a lot of points. I've said this since day one, and that was in October, okay? This team needs to outscore teams and get timely stops. So I laugh and I get frustrated at the same time with fans who think that the Kings don't try on defense. Now, yes, they'll have those occasional games where they get blown out and they look like garbage, and then you want to burn everything to the ground. I get it. But for the most part, the Kings do try on defense. The problem is they're not that good on defense. Even today, as much as I love Bogdanovic, the Pelicans were targeting him all the time, and they were scoring at will against Bogdanovic. The film is right there. I didn't tweet that out. I tweeted 3 times, I think, today during the game. And I just kind of want to stay away from all the negative vibes right now. The Kings won the game. But if you want me to be objective and realistic, they were targeting Bogdanovic. Again, it's not that he wasn't trying on defense. It's just that all these other guys that were scoring on him, they're just more athletic than he is. And the same goes for Belly, and the same goes for Buddy Hield. And even Kojo, who was supposedly supposed to be a good defender. He gets blown by all the time. But today, you saw the athletes who would just score over Bogdanovic. He'd have his hands up. But sometimes As I've said a billion times, better offense will always be better defense. It's just the way it is, man. This game is about making buckets and getting timely stops. Whoever has more points at the end of the game is the winner. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's usually how basketball works. But the corner threes were wide open too. Absolutely. That's what the Kings do. Don't expect them to be a good defensive team because they're not. But what they are a very gifted offensively team. And if they had a better coach who had a better scheme to coach this team, as I've said, I'm going to praise Luke Walton today because they moved the ball very well. And they didn't really resort to too much one-on-one isolation basketball, which is a good thing. I want to see more consistency from that standpoint. But Luke is a defensive-minded head coach, and this team is not built for him to coach it at its highest peak. So, as I said in my article, what was it, Monday or Sunday, you have two options. Either you hire an offensive guru to come coach this team, or you do an overhaul where you got to give up guys like Bogdan, like Buddy, like Bailey, like Kojo, like Marvin Bagley. And then you get guys, and I'm just going to say one name, and a guy who I love, and it's OG Anunoby from the Raptors. You go out and you get those type of players to fit with what Luke wants to do. That makes more sense. Again, using the analogy, I'm not going to make my video editor run Google ads or Facebook ads and expect him to do well. Maybe with time he might, but if we have a deadline and the client wants results, why would I put a video editor who has no experience, who's not very good at this, do that? That makes no sense. And the same when Luke tries to put Buddy in bad situations like dribbling the ball a lot, bringing the ball up, initiating the offense. Buddy Hield is a great shooter, very good scorer. He needs to be used the correct way. And he hasn't been used the correct way all season long. A lot of it is on coaching. A lot of it is him saying, man, hey, you know what? I know what my strengths are. Let me do what my strengths are. I'm going to stop going for the ball and trying to bring the ball up because all that does is messes up his timing and his rhythm because now he doesn't have a live dribble. I love when he comes off of double stagger screens and he gets the ball and now the defense is going backwards or backpedaling because they don't know what he's going to do. That's how you set up a guy like that to succeed rather than having him be the guy handing off the ball in a DHO. I would rather him be the recipient in a DHO, and that's a DHO means a dribble handoff. For people who don't know what that means. I also want to say that I would like to see a lot more Spain pick and roll with the Buddy, Bogey, and Fox. The Golden State Warriors made a killing out of that with KD, Steph, and Clay. Obviously, our three players are not as good as their three players, but Bogey and Buddy are elite shooters, and Fox is an elite guy going to the rim. The fastest player in the NBA. It could work, but I haven't seen enough of it. Being creative with your players, your guards setting back picks. What have I always said? Guards don't like to communicate on defense. How do I know? Because that's how we grow up playing basketball. We don't talk on defense. Those are bad habits that we develop as basketball players growing up in the States. So if you put a guard in a position to make a decision on defense, I like my odds if I'm the head coach coaching that offensive set. I like those odds. So again, it's just about putting your guys in the best situations to succeed, man. This isn't rocket science. It really isn't. And if I can comprehend this, a basketball mind like a Luke Walton should be able to, especially in year number 4. Now, I'm going to be fair. Today was a great game, and I'm going to give praise where praise is deserved. And he deserves a lot of praise today. The offense looked a lot better. They scored 140 points. That's Kings basketball. They outscored the Pelicans, but they had timely stops in timely moments. That's all you can hope for because this team is built that way. They're not going to be a defensive juggernaut and get defensive stops after defensive stops after defensive stops. That's not who they are. So stop it. This is no time to tinker with things and think, oh, well, I'm going to experiment this. No. You only have 4 games left, 8 games coming into this bubble. There was no time to experiment with things. It was time to put your best things out there. And I feel like the first 3 games, that wasn't the case. How you guys doing, man? Trevor, what's up? Poor Boyson, what's up? We're getting beat on defense, but you trying to play 3 guards. Come on, man. You just a buddy fan. Yeah, I'm trying to play 3 guards. Guards, wings, downsize, man. In the NBA, it's best to downsize and play fast. Every good team has done it. Are you not seeing the trends offensively in the NBA? Are you not seeing the versatility from all these good teams in the bubble? That's on you. That's on you, man. You can have Rashawn Holmes and Harrison Barnes out there who are very good defenders and have your 3 guards and expose the other teams. That way they have to adjust to you. Why do the Kings always have to adjust to other teams? Do you not see how the Rockets play? They don't care. They're playing PJ Tucker at the center position. Rocco at the center position. It doesn't matter. You're a basketball player. Put your best 5 guys out there, period. And you best believe Buddy Hield is one of your best 5 guys. Stop it. Stop it. No one that's playing defense these days. I would say the vast majority are scoring a lot of points now, for sure. And things have changed offensively in the NBA. A lot of it is because Steph Curry changed the game forever for the right reasons, I believe. And a lot of guys are a lot more skilled now, in my opinion. They can do a lot more. They're a lot more versatile. They can dribble the ball now where a lot of big guys before couldn't. Now we're seeing that change. Now we're seeing big guys shoot a lot more and be more efficient with the basketball rather than playing bully basketball, being in the paint and having a post game. Those days are essentially over because the analytics say that a 3-pointer is worth 50% more than a 2-pointer. You can't argue with the numbers, man. You just can't. You just can't. Zion Williamson, special basketball player. This dude, if he stays healthy, my goodness, he's a tank. 24 points in 22 minutes, 10 of 12. One of these plays where he just ran over Rashawn, I felt so bad for his ribs. Because you know he's going to feel it. Right now, he's probably feeling it right now. And if he doesn't feel it right now, he's going to feel it later. If not later, for sure in the morning. I mean, he got ran over by a tank. And a tank that moves so spectacularly and just, he moves like those ballerinas, honestly. And he shouldn't be able to do those type of things. God made him differently. That's for sure. You should not be able to do those things at 270 pounds. There's no way. It's unfair. Lonzo Ball, 9 points. Drew Holiday, 17. Drew Holiday is nice. He's a guy that would be a nice fit next to De'Aaron Fox. Real good basketball player. Really good basketball player. Brandon Ingram, 24 points, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. He's improved a lot in that area of his game. 8 of 14 from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Good basketball player. Josh Hart, very good physical defender. 4 of 5 from the field, 11 points. He played well. You know, I like Jackson a lot, their backup point guard. I know he was 2 of 8, but I don't know why, but I liked his speed. I liked his physicality. And I think he's a very solid backup. And I know they have another one in there. And Alexander, who didn't even play the game. And he's a 6'7" point guard as well. So that team has depth. Fox is also taking a lot more shots, which is a good thing. You want Fox taking more shots. How can you say that when we lost last three and the time before that, Buddy was starting and we lost to the Pelicans. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. It's just you're comparing two separate things, and it's just you're not making any sense. The point is, Buddy Hield is one of your five best players on this team, and there's no arguing that. There is no arguing that. I understand he commits turnovers that he shouldn't commit. Again, that's part of Luke not setting him up to succeed, and that's him saying, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna let my point guards take care of the initiation of the offense. But as a competitor, I've always told you this, as a competitor, you will always take on a challenge because that's what you do. If someone says, well, you can't do it, well, what do you think you're gonna do next? Oh no, F you. Of course I can do it. That's the competitor in you, and that's how Buddy is. He's extremely competitive. But sometimes, as a head coach of a basketball team, it's your obligation to put your guys in the best positions. And Luke hasn't done that this season. I'm sorry. He hasn't done that this season. Hey, man, what's the point of all this? That's not a good question because you should be paying attention to the context of all this. Ron Ultra says you gotta tag me if you're talking to me. So y'all talking about amongst yourselves. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? Uh, Only bad game so far is the game against the Magic. Fox looking like the star we've hoped for. Yeah, I mean that was a terrible game, but it got magnified because there's only 8 games. Y'all following that? That game got so magnified, and I get it. There's only 8 games, so every game counts, and every game is worth 1,000% more than what it should have been worth. I get it. But that was one game. They played well against the Spurs, and let's give credit to the Spurs. The Spurs were better. They executed down the stretch a lot better. And that team is fun to watch. There's no scattering report on them, especially how they downsized. DeMar DeRozan's playing the 4. So for you clown on the stream that says, well, guards can't play. Like, no. DeMar DeRozan, all-star shooting guard, playing the power forward now for the San Antonio Spurs. The Greg Popovich Spurs. Stop it. Learn the game. Listen to me. It will help you. I promise you. It will help you. Listen. Listen, Linda. Buddy isn't being utilized properly. Agree. Facts. Rashawn has a hard time guarding big centers. That's tough. I don't know if he has a hard time because he's really good at switching, which a lot of teams like to do, especially the great guards. I can't sit here and tell you that I feel like he has a hard time guarding anybody. I just think he's a great defender. That's just me though. Like I just feel like before his injury, when he just had that step, that swag, that power, he was fine. And the first 3 games, this was his best game, but his first 3 games, he's trying to settle in, trying to get his feet under him. This takes time. Like these guys aren't machines. It does take time. He had a 10-day layoff where he got suspended for something so silly. Then he's coming off of injuries. So you mess up all these things, all these rhythms, and that's the results that you get. It's very typical for that. Right now we got the Heat and the Bucks going at it. The Heat, man. You talk about versatility. My goodness. Bam Adebayo. Monster. He's only 6'8", and he's playing center. They downsize. Again, good teams are downsizing. They got shooters all over the floor, and they got an elite defender in Bam. Does that not... Are you guys not connecting the dots? I mean, man. And he's out here dropping dimes in the mid-post. Dude just missed a shot, but they're up 78-66 against the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks without Jimmy Butler and without Dragic. That tells you a lot about the coaching, the world-class organization that the Heat are. Shout out to my guy, Raw Fedor, best shooting coach in the NBA. He has Robinson just shooting lights out. I mean, this dude is just a sniper. He's so fun to watch and just so fun to watch him shoot the ball, man. He just turned the ball over, but he's been shooting lights out this game as well. And he's been shooting lights out the entire bubble. Man, this dude is good. Do you still think the Kings have a chance? Mathematically, they do. And if they play like today, they have a chance. But I don't know if this is sustainable. Me being honest, I don't know if they can replicate this performance. They have the Nets tomorrow. They should be able to beat. How many times have we said, well, they should be able to beat this team or beat that team? And the results don't happen. But they should be able to beat, and I hope I don't jinx them. They should be able to beat the Nets tomorrow. And they got the Pelicans again, the team that they need to beat, and they beat them tonight. They can beat them. Now, that last game against the Lakers, if they sit out LeBron and AD, then you have a chance. If they don't, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I tell you what, though. I'm thinking, if I'm the Lakers, and I'm like, well, I would like to face the Kings because, if you're a Laker, you're thinking that I'm going to sweep the Kings rather than facing the Blazers or the Pelicans. Then they could do them a favor and say, you know what? Let's sit out these guys. Hint, wink, wink, hint, hint. Maybe. But first, the Kings got to win these games. All of them. The next 4 games, they have to win them. And as I said, the Kings would have to go at least 5-3. If they win the next 4, that would be 5-3. They should be 2-2, but they're 1-3. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Huge shout out to Valley Tire Center, by the way. Always supporting Cowbell Kingdom. Always supporting Kings Nation. Giving out tickets all the time. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. And if you do need tires, or if you need an oil change, or if you need an alignment, they are your #1 repair shop in Northern California. Hit them up. Tell them that Cowbell Kingdom sent you guys, and you guys will get a special discount. Thanks to them. Thanks to my guy, Brett Pedroia, for all the love and support, as always. And again, man, I'm excited. Big move for my wife and I. And I'm happy to share that with you guys, as always. So if I don't do a post-game show tomorrow, which I probably won't, you know why. But I wanted to do this one for you guys. And just talk about the game. I said, man, I had to talk about at least one win. Like, at least one. Who's the worst coach, Luke Walton or Gentry? Luke Walton is the worst coach, yeah, for sure. I think Gentry's a good coach, to be honest with you. The 3-point barrages of Nets are deadly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's an automatic win. I'm not going to disrespect the Nets like that, even though they're depleted as one can be. But the Kings should be able to beat them. They should be able to beat them. And let me know what you guys think, man. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your support. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.